talk about a little growing area where I am getting interest. Okay? It's in the field of online jobs. What I like about that is people with not so good mobility can look at this as an option. Okay? Online jobs. So anyway, you're good at, say, for example, teaching, or you're good at English or maths, or some maths I should not say so often in front of visually impaired, but you know, other subjects, whatever you're good at, online teachers are required. Does everybody know this? Yes? Okay. Sorry. Distance learning, yeah, but onlinetutor.com, there are many places where they require online teachers, usually with US and other, far off locations. So if you're a good teacher, and you really should have a skill, of course, there is a possibility of you being an online trainer. I have not personally got a chance to check all the software aspects, but if you really look at it, it'll be a chat, it'll be internet, there might be small problems, but I think those are fixable. Do you agree? Yeah, but skills are required. No doubt about it. The way you register for them is you go, generally you will call up some person who will be in India also. They will give you some material that you have to read up. Then they sometimes make you do a test training. Like they might be the person and you're training them. So they just look at you, evaluate you, and then you can go online. I've seen another type of tutor job where the person is more making different types of question papers. So they're not even teaching directly. They're just setting different papers. One of my own Enable India employees did this for a while. So that's why I know about it. Otherwise, in fact, I wouldn't know about it. There's one more area where I'm looking at, which is, I've not yet got a full handle of this. Does everybody know what eBay is? Okay. So eBay is what, an auction site. And there are many vendors selling many things on eBay. It's an auction site. So basically, even if you're a vendor who doesn't have a premise, you don't have an actual place where you're doing sales, you'll put your stuff on the eBay site. So there are many administrators, who can be you, by the way, who is basically making sure the information on the site about all their products is listed correctly. So imagine you're having a full store with many items, grocery items or whatever. The prices might change on a daily basis. They will give that to you. You will upload it via the right eBay tool, etc. We've again not done more analysis. This might be a good project, Prashant, we can do. Yeah? Correct. Correct. Yeah. Online help is there. Correct. Correct. She's going to answer. So it's even kind of a correct. Definitely something where you're just answering questions for eBay people. They're having a doubt. How do I go about this? It's a fantastic idea, right? So basically, just eBay itself can give us jobs. We're just exploring that. One more thing I just came to know recently. Okay, sorry. Before I get into that, I'll tell you other things like Guru sites are there where you can take up projects and do them, execute them, and give them back. Just mentioning it, won't go in the details of that. Let me tell you of one of my students. Very smart girl. Very good at music. Has passed many exams. You know what she's doing? Skype pata hai kya public ko? Okay. She is teaching music using Skype. Her mobility was very bad. And here I used to keep telling her, mobility improve karo. वो बहुत smart निकली. घर से काम कर रही है. And she's using Skype and teaching music to somebody who's located somewhere else. Now the beauty is she can even teach somebody who's in the US. It doesn't need to be a person in Bangalore only. Right or not? And you can imagine that somebody in the US may not have a good teacher. So if you're good at music, nobody's saying you can't teach like this. I think it's a great idea. I'm really happy she gave me this idea. I mean, she did it and then I got the idea from that. Okay? So think about it. If you're very good at music, and I know quite a few out there might be, do your regular studies, but this may not be bad. Sometimes suddenly you might find that you're only doing that, right? But again, kaan putar to chahiye, correct or not? You better be good at computers, better be good at using the internet. Otherwise, you can't have this job necessarily. Okay, a couple of other ones which we are exploring right now is very interesting. We just talked to a company in Bangalore. Hopefully in 1 week, we can place somebody in this. Travel agent. Now, this travel agent is not using the travel agent software. They're using something similar to your Make My Trip. If you've ever seen makemytrip.com, which is available on the web, they've got a similar type of Make My Trip kind of pages. So this person is helping people who are, wanting to buy rail tickets or air tickets. Can the job be done? 100%. Definitely a little bit more work we are doing just to make sure that the person is very quick at accessing the pages. is sure of all the conditions. That person might say, I only want Indian Airlines, only this particular timing. There are many, many things there. So you have to be very quick at your navigation, right? Not very simple, but we are exploring that also. Cool idea, na? If we can break it, I'll be very excited. Okay. So I think in general, I've covered a little bit about shared services, which is everything related to IT, ITS companies, the support part of it. I also talked to you about programming and other kind of jobs in the IT side, something on ITS, and I basically talked to you about online jobs. I also talked a little bit about HR consultant companies or companies which are in the periphery of IT companies, which are supporting these IT companies. Okay, so I will leave it at that because I have exactly around 10 minutes to take questions and answers. I hope I've covered everything to your satisfaction. I know we'll always feel like asking more questions, so we'll take it up in the question and answer session. Can somebody give a mic? No questions? Yeah, 1 minute. Just give it to Dhananjay here in the front. Yeah, here's the mic.
My question is, hello.
Just keep it that way, yeah.
My question is, how many people are there who are doing system programming? Can you list some names here in India?
I don't know of so many names because I'm not in touch with everybody, isn't it? Some of the people who were doing systems kind of programming, there was a person whom we had placed. Actually, there are two people. I would say production support kind of work I'm talking about, which is kind of systems programming. I've got one person, Satyam Tanikela Murthy. Now he's doing web accessibility testing. And he was doing this production support. And I have Sachin Raishankar, he's from Pune. So he also. And a couple of other cases would be there. But I'm not, I think there are some in Hyderabad and many other places, but I don't know of all of them.
If a person wants to do a system programming, let's say Linux programming in C, so how do that person do that? Can you
how can they go about it?
Yes.
Okay, I just heard from Siddhant himself. He said he has used Orca, right? Orca. He's used Orca, which works with Linux. Point 1. Okay, point 2, I must tell you something interesting. If you're trying to develop these skills and no company is giving you an opportunity, go to SourceForge and other open source sites. Try to do some programming or testing there. Correct or not? That's exactly how I gave a job for a visually impaired. That fellow was doing this on the side. So he was ready when I had to take him.
No, madam, Orca is working on Linux, but correct. I'm asking Linux programming. I mean...
Oh, okay.
System programming.
Okay. See, I will tell you one thing. I'm hoping it will get covered in this. I don't have an exact answer for you. We are actually trying to tie up with one particular Australian university. It might happen by December or January. In fact, I'll keep Prashant informed of that. Yes. These people have, in fact, Cisco's... so I'm not talking of Linux programming, but I'm talking of network.
Okay, any kind of Windows programming.
Windows programming. At least I'll tell you that we are trying to tie up with these people who have all the systems in place there by which you can even become a Cisco certified person. So that I know of. This particular one, I am not very sure. So what I'm talking about will happen in the next 6 to 8 months. I am not sure where we can get this going. Right now, I don't know. There will be people in the country, but Prashant, can you answer that, or do we have any information on Linux programming? Okay, that's all. But otherwise, apart from that, I think, are you looking for actual courses which are being run or something? Or what are you looking at, Dhananjay?
No. Actually, I wanted to know how they are doing programming.
How they are doing it. I think...
in C programming, Linux is written. So if a person want to modify Linux, so how do that person modify?
Oh, that way.
That thing I want to know.
Correct.
Yes.
When you do C programming or like system programming and all, do we do that, like can we do it in this way that we make the C code in some other operating system?
Yes, definitely. I'll explain.
.c file.
I'll explain. You can definitely even write it in Notepad, for example. And in fact, yes, even without using an integrated development environment, we have had people using Borland C, which is a DOS-based thing available. And that's how people have been doing it. So it's not a problem. So, I'm not answering your question directly because I don't have a good answer for you. Okay, but at least you understood what Siddhant was saying, right? That you can, write your code elsewhere, perhaps compile and check it. But obviously, if you wanted to run on Linux, you'll still have to compile it on the Linux platform. That definitely you'll have to have a compiler there and have something like Orca. Yeah? Yeah. Just another question. Yeah?
can a visually challenged person can do this job like system administrator or to run a large workstation sort of thing?
I'm in a mixed frame of mind in that.
Okay.
According to me, from just a systems point of view, using just a Unix screen, yes. But it depends on the other roles that they're doing. You know, let's say, for example, they have to run here, run there. It depends on the profile of the job. So I feel in the right ones, yes, but more job analysis has to be done, and it depends on the company. Some are just providing remote support. I'll give a good example. Say you've got system administration skills, right? Companies like TCS, very often they're only providing support on the phone. Some guy is on the field, he's doing the work. You're just telling him, nahi, ye wala /etc jana, fir ye karna. Correct or not? So you have the knowledge, you're giving more of the information on the phone. So somebody's running around for you, go for that job. And there are roles like that. Remember I told you ITIL skills, right?
Yeah.
That fellow is talking to somebody, that somebody, you know, is a help desk kind of guy, such a fellow may be. Okay, so because they may not be co-located with the machine. Because what our problem is going to be, every machine we go, Orca has to be there, JAWS has to be there. Kaisa karenge? Every time, we can't have those kind of things, isn't it?
Like nowadays, they have thin client machines, you know,
Correct.
diskless machines.
Correct.
Sorry, which don't have anything, no
Sure,
disk,
sure, sure.
nothing, and one has to only monitor from the server side.
True. What you're doing is you're logging in. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, you know, I have to assume conditions may not be favorable to me. Like, for example, in a Citrix environment, sorry, I'm going to tell some high funda words, but Citrix environment may I require a different type of JAWS where I have that I require on the client machine and the server, etc. But we have not, correct. But it's still not, I'm not comfortable with it yet. We have.
JAWS is comfortable with Citrix.
No, the
to a
issue is
greater
that you have to
extent.
still use the mouse. I'm having a problem with that. But anyway, that might be tackleable. Chalega, I'll just take it up later. Yes, behind. Sorry, I hope I've answered your question, Dhananjay. I'll just move on. Sorry. Yeah.
I just want to ask you something. You said in the beginning about translators.
Yeah.
So how much of a background do translators need in order to work in an IT company?
Oh, I get what you're saying. Because you're saying if I'm not... I think it's more about how well you're at grasping. Yeah. It it depends on how good you're at grasping. Remember I told you the semi-technical position, service coordinator, whatever. See, when a word is given to you, see, somebody's talking and they're saying, network and other things. You're just grasping it. You're remembering it. Now, obviously, as a translator, you might need to know the word network in the other language. So there are problems there, but you know the general language and you've got a decent memory, right? And you're noting it down. Maybe you're very process-oriented. Some words you don't remember. And remember, translator is not usually sitting with another person. They're writing the document, isn't it? So you're converting German to English. So as you're getting new words, you checked it up in the right place and you're keeping track of it, isn't it? So I think with good process orientation, not a problem. You just need to be slightly, good grasping power should be there. Yeah? Yeah, next.
When we get into programming,
Uh-huh.
for example, if I want to get into Java or VB or Microsoft.NET,
Correct.
there I have heard of Microsoft Active Accessibility and also Java Access Bridge. Can you just put more light on that? Because I am not much familiar with this.
Even
two
I am
things.
not actually done more investigation on that. There
Okay.
are people who would know more about this, so I will leave it up to them.
Can you name name
See,
someone?
I'm sure. Access India.
Okay.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I just want to mention one thing which I didn't cover before. There is a big requirement for just HTML programmers. Just yesterday I was talking to Rediff people and they're saying there's a requirement just for HTML programming, which is a very non-visual thing. Okay, so if anybody's interested, I see hands going up. Yeah, but the girl in the front, she's been trying to ask a question.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
I want to ask, is there a place for freelancing in IT field?
Freelancing.
Yeah.
That's where I told you those online jobs. Look at Guru. I found it still difficult to penetrate through it because you have to bid for it and all that. But Guru is one place where you can freelance 100%. Guru.com.
And what are qualifications you need to?
Actually, they don't care so much about it. It's a little complex. What happens is there will be work. You have to understand what the work is. You have to bid for the work. Okay. And if your bid is good enough, then they'll give you the work. But you have to deliver.
Is it kind of a permanent job?
No. You'll keep, I'm talking of a non-permanent job, but you'll keep bidding for, yeah. I'm not comfortable with Guru yet, so I don't want to tell everybody, please go for it. But I'm sure some person is out there who will want to, go and try it out. Definitely. No, he's talking in IT field. That's the reason I didn't. You want even ITES, then medical transcription, but not. So in BPO side, medical transcription, once you've been doing it for a while on somebody's premise, there are companies like Accusys and others who allow you to do it from home also. So, you don't even need to go to the site. Yes, definitely. There is. But you'll have to really explore that, isn't it? Correct. See, I'm telling you, I gave some other examples, right? That what you can do from home. I gave you some online type varieties. Those are the places to explore. No, sometimes it'll be monthly or whatever. Look at another word. Sorry, I didn't mention this. Online marketplace. Just look for that word on the web. Marketplace. Yeah, this is something, in fact, we were trying to explore, Prashant, with ProAccess. Online marketplace. So that's something we were trying to look at. Yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask you that if I want to go about doing legal transcription, how can I go about it, and which are the institutes which provide for it?
Okay, that I'm actually not very qualified to say because I've. Sushmita, do you know any? But does she know about it or? Okay, so just contact Kanchan Pamnani. But I personally don't know of any. That was the problem I was also facing. Even if the institutes are there, I need to know the companies. I don't want to go to the institute till I know that there's a company, where I can place people. I work slightly backwards, First find the job, then do the training. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry? GTL Foundation, I don't think legal transcription, no. Medical is fine, but we're talking about legal. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, any other questions? I can take maybe one more question.
Yeah, me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay,
And Prashant has a question.
Slightly different.
Tell.
It's related to IT.
Okay.
Just before before lunch, we were having a teleconference, and there was we were talking about the UPSC exams and all kind of exams. But one of the things which we can't do is for IPS, Indian Police Service, we can't go. But one of the things coming up is there day by day cyber crime is going on. So what about cyber crime policing, something like that?
Oh,
In that kind of
definitely.
thing?
You're talking about security and hacking,
that kind of
ethical hacking you're talking about, right? Very likely. Ethical hacking might be a good area. I've not explored it and I don't know what systems are being used, but I would expect them to be systems level programming. You know what I mean? So likely, but I'm not. Okay. So basically, for visually impaired? Not for visually impaired? Okay. So the answer to your question is maybe. How about that? Not very precise, but because I don't have enough information. Yeah. Sorry, I'll just take Prashant's not Prashant, apna. Ye Prashant, correct. The other Prashant. Last question.
My first question is clear, Prashant sir. My second question is, how much salary got the medical transcriptionist?
Okay, what kind of salary ranges they can expect? Okay, it depends on the city and other things, but sometimes when you're in the stipend stage, okay, it might start anywhere between 4 and 6 to even 7, okay? Then after that, at a particular accuracy level, I've seen people getting between 6 and 8. And after that, definitely it becomes 8 to 10 to 12. But I would say a good goal to aspire for, especially after a year, would be 8 to 10. Okay, with a good accuracy, you might have to do, I should be accurate in this, I think maybe 300 lines. I can't remember the number of lines. And lines are difficult. Huh? Each file might be only 25 to 30 lines. So you have to do 10 files in a day. It's not so straightforward. Okay, but it can be. What happens is if you keep increasing your targets, if you're able to do 300, if you're able to do 400, you can get more and more money. I can tell you that I know visually impaired people who are sitting at their home, at least one or two of them, and they are earning anywhere between 12, 15 and above. Because they get up in the morning, do some files, then maybe, take a small break, come back. So they're not wasting time in commuting. A lot of things are happening like that. So they're able to earn very good money. Any other questions? Last one. I think we have run out of time otherwise. Yeah?
Who is teaching music from the net or from
Okay, the person who's teaching music from the net, her name is Vijayalakshmi. She was studying with us and now she's... Definitely, we can provide you the contact. Contact us at Enable India. Okay, we'll get you in touch with her. Yeah. So you are good at music, I gather? Yeah. Okay. Or you want to learn music, one of the two. Okay, yes. Anybody else? That binocular kind of device?
Yeah.
Bioptics? Is that
Yeah.
what it's called? Is using. Just give that information because वहाँ click करके मैंने ले लिया, लेकिन I don't remember that exact name. But it's actually very cheap. I found that it was between only around 600 rupees or something. Not very costly. 600 to 1000 rupees. Not expensive. Okay. Sure. I think Prashant can give that information. That's it. Any more questions? Done? Yes, Mamta.
International
call centers, can anything be done?
I told you, right? The issue is more with the software. Okay, but if you're going to go for it, try in outbound. And if you know Braille, I think the possibilities increase because the script that they're seeing on the screen, have it in your hand. And it has to be well tabulated. The reason is, if the person says A, you might have to go to one screen. If they say something else, you might have to go to the 13th screen. So you have to be very quick at navigating. Arey yaar, ye script nahi, dusra script. For the person who's sighted, they might have tabs and they're just clicking on it. Right or not? So you have to look at all these aspects and do the right thing. Okay, so I've really run out of time. No. I have to reach by 4 in one place. Yeah, I know that. But I know it's okay for you, but not for me. Okay, so see, this will keep continuing. As Dr. Sam very well put it. BMS as in? Okay, so BMS. Okay, so I'll talk to you later about that so that I can leave now. Okay, I really, I'm so glad you're asking so many questions. Remember that what you're doing today and tomorrow is a sampler, right? We are leaving you curious and excited, interested and motivated, and therefore you will take action, light, cameras, action. Okay, that's what we want. So I really hope that the sessions that you've been hearing so far have already motivated you to not sit in your chair, have that goal, do all the right things. You've got information. The information is never ending. So be in touch with each other, network well, and we want each one of you to be doing so fantastically, so, really doing your job sincerely, that tomorrow many more visually impaired shall follow you, right? That should be our goal. Thanks so much.